What's up, gamers? Welcome to a new episode of Last Cloudia. Man, we got a big update today, and I have to say that I was halfway expecting for the update to take forever, and thankfully it didn't. I was ready to make that same joke I made the last time with the Dr. Stone thing about how we're going to have a sponsored video by maintenance again, but thankfully, when I woke up this morning, everything was good. So let's go ahead and do some, of course, some housekeeping. This is a lot to talk about. We are going to do a multi-poll. We're going to talk about the new character. We're going to talk about the new arc. So let's go. So first and foremost, a couple of new things that have been added. You have we'll go to the world map for this. You now have the tours. This is basically your tried and true, you know, event, kind of like how you kind of go out on these missions for 8 hours and come back. It's basically one of those. It's something you see in just about every mobile RPG. We finally have it here. It's good. Now, the good news is I set this up this morning and it just finished a little while ago. So perfect timing for recording. So I can just click on tour. And there we have it. I got two of my tours complete, so let's see what happens. So I tap on that. These are the people that I used. Now, when you're selecting your characters, you're going to see like certain numbers above each one. Three is going to indicate that that's the best character to use for. That's what I'm actually going to get. The only reason that Kyle has four is because of the arc that's equipped to it. So apparently certain arcs will also give you a bonus, but when you tap on the arc initially, it will not tell you that it's giving you a boost. You just have to be fortunate enough to be like, hey, I picked the right one. Now, when you're picking characters, it clearly tells you. But with the arc ones, I guess you have to take a guess depending on which area you're grinding in, so to speak. So this is the stuff that I got. I got a little bit of Zell, a lot of experience apparently, so that's pretty cool. A little okay, so we've got some AP as well for one of the arcs that I equipped, and of course some souls. And then you can go ahead and just tap on that. Oh, sorry, I think that was probably. So this is actually what I got too. Okay, so I also got some potions. Some. It looks like some low-level stuff. I mean, the potion on the bottom is the best thing out of all of this. So yeah, pretty cool. And of course, you get at a certain rate. I didn't actually know that, so that's pretty cool too. But there you go. Sad thing is I'm actually maxed out on Blue Soul, so it was kind of a waste, but that's okay. At least you got an example of what this is like. So you see them actually gaining levels. As you can tell, Kohaku going hard at level 90. She's definitely one of my homies right now, getting there. And honestly, I just equipped arcs that were, around. I didn't really, there's no rhyme or reason for what I picked, with the exception of Poco Leader, because apparently it gets a bonus on this particular area. Apparently, I got some stuff here. Okay, so basically, every time you do a successful tour, you get an item, and then, of course, there's another level where, if you do certain things, you get to the next level. So, okay, so it's kind of a cumulative thing. And once you get to 100%, you get a special item. So there you go. And of course, I have another tour complete, but I'm going to wait on that because I need to use some of my orbs before I cash that out. But there you go. You have that going on. Another thing you have is the Alchemy Lab. So basically, this is the way for you to basically turn one item into another. You can turn like a blue crystal into a red crystal, stuff like that. Now, the way that it works though is when you're enhancing, fusing, or whatever you're doing, you're limited on what you can actually create or fuse, whatever the case may be. It's based off of your level. Now, as you can see on the top right, it says required alchemy level 1, and then below it says next 990. So basically, the more you, you know, take advantage of these fusings and enhancings and everything, the more you do it, the more the level will go up. And then once you get to level 2, you'll probably be able to mix and match other things. So that's basically how it works. So in this case, I have like over 700 blue crystalline. So I can turn two of those into a green. So I'll just hit the fuse button. You have to pay some gold. I could actually make it 99 if I want to. Don't know if I want. Actually, I think I will do this only because it'll help me gain levels, I assume, right? Like I'm running out of gold or anything. Hey, got me to level 2. There you go. Now, I didn't plan this, by the way, so that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, there you go. So now that I'm at level 2, let me see if anything actually changes, because I actually haven't experimented with this yet. Oh yeah, so when you get to level 2, instead of just the little crystal lines, or crystal lights, you get actual crystals that you can... Oh man, I can actually make rainbow crystals now. Alright, rainbow crystals are the one things that I always run out of. The fact that I can actually create these now, oh, that's changing the game right there. Oh, y'all done messed up now. Thank you, developers of this game. Or I could do another way of making these. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I didn't actually know this part. This is actually really, really cool. All right, so yeah, they did some fantastic updates here. Now, for those of you, and you should know by now, I would assume, but maybe you haven't logged into the game yet today. When you log in, you're not going to automatically have the lab. You actually have to go next to the Aldana catacombs. To the right of it, you'll see like a little indicator saying, "Hey, tap on me." You tap on it, and the alchemy lab appears. That's all you gotta do. At first, I thought you had to maybe clear all the God mode stuff, but no, you just tap on it and you're good. Which, by the way, yes, God mode is also here. So, for example, I could actually go to God mode, do these certain ones. Now, there are only 5 areas that you can do God mode. Once you clear each area, you'll get character prisms for that particular person, and they're only for the 5 main characters of the game. I'll show you what they look like. Let's go to the inventory here. So go down here a bit, and yeah, near the very bottom, basically, your basic heroes will have these little, yeah, they're called Cow Prism Swordsmen. There you go. And basically, this will help to boost their SC. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you get one for each of the areas you complete in God mode. Also, we have the Rainbow Potion, which has been one of the big topics. Everyone's like, man, what do I do with this kind of a thing? And there are a lot of people chatting about, are they going to use it on the new character? What you're going to do. And honestly, it's really going to be up to you. If you want to save it for a future character, and you get that future character, sure, why not? Like personally, I'm probably going to wait on the next collaboration. This is just me. Whenever they do another collaboration, it's going to be a character, obviously, that I want to use. So once I get that character, I'll just push that one to level 100 and then get his skills up and all this other stuff. But as far as the characters I already have, most of the characters I have are already pretty high level, so it'd be kind of a waste to use a rainbow potion on them. Or prism, whatever it's called. And then you also have this, the prism soul. Now, this is how you can raise an awakened limit. So I'll actually show you that real quick. Now, I'm not going to be able to use it because you also need unit souls to do it. But we're going to check out my boy Celios here, because he's definitely the one I'm going to be using it for in the event that I ever get 100 of these, or 200 of these. But yeah, you go to Awaken, and you have to use 2 Prism Souls and 200 of his actual souls to get to the next Awakening. So it's going to cost a lot. I'm not going to get there anytime soon. But from what the developer has stated lately, they're going to make it easier for you to get souls. So we'll see how true that is. Now, there is another event that you can go to where you can potentially farm for it without any costs, with the exception of arcs, the soul stockpile. Keep in mind that the rates for this are very, very low. Like, I haven't done this a lot. I've only done this maybe 5 to 10 times today. I haven't really played a whole lot today, despite the God mode stuff that I did. But I haven't played a whole lot about this today, but so far I've seen nothing. I've gotten no souls. So the rates might be low. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. This is a free one that you can just do over and over and over. If I had one criticism, and I'll see if it's valid. Yeah, the only criticism that I have here is lack of auto run. I mean, it'd be one thing that if I had to use orbs, event orbs, yeah, I get that. But this doesn't require event orbs, so why not allow auto run? There's just no excuse for that. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Since there's no cost to it, you should allow us to just auto repeat that. Other than that, I mean, you got some of your basic stuff. The tower has begun as well. The Tower of Trials also started today. I haven't played much of this today either, but I will. I do plan on getting to at least level 40. If I can get to 50, I might even make a video about it, since I don't think I've made a video about the tower in a while, or at least including it. I'm not going to show you my fight right now, but this is what I'm rocking with. And the only reason I'm showing you this right now is because one thing that I want to mention is obviously you want your first two squads to be your tried and true. This is what I'm going to win with all of the arcs you plan on using with it. What I do with the third squad, especially since I know they're not going to be strong enough to really do anything anyway, I either use it to level certain characters that I might use in the future, or just have them learn some abilities. So, for example, oh well, I didn't mean to do that. Let me just tap on her. I have her currently learning something right now, and that's the only. I think I'm trying to do Celestial Mass with her because I haven't given up on her being a good take yet. I'm trying, but I do want to eventually use her to get as much good taking abilities and give her some skill ups, stock skills, and all that stuff to make her better. So I'm still working on her, and then of course with Vaughn, I'm also trying to learn certain abilities with him too. As far as the other two, the Diva and Senku, Senku's my homie. You'd think I'd have him on the second one at the very least, but I'm basically just leveling him for now. I don't think he's fantastic, but I don't know if he's good enough for tower yet. That's why I'm kind of using my other people that I know will get stuff done. And probably next tower run, when I've gotten Senku a little bit stronger, I'll probably make him on number 2 and demote somebody else, like Prim or something. But yeah, that's what's happening. On the third row, I just either level certain low level characters that I want to level, or just learn certain abilities. That's pretty much it on that part. And the first two are my actual squads. Okay, so what else do we got here? I think that's probably the majority of this, so we can probably get to the new character and new arc. One thing that I will say is there's been a lot of debating online I'm seeing lately between what character was supposed to come out or they thought would come out, but what came out instead. And people are saying, you know, do you get this guy? Do you wait for Roland? Apparently, are you going to save all your crystals, use them all? What's your strategy? I've seen some people talk about what their plans are. So I guess since I'm also a content creator, I should also state my opinion too. Personally, I don't care. And this is why. The way that I play these games, and I've been playing these gacha games for years, so I've been around. And just because I have, say, 30,000, you know, gems or crystals or whatever they're called, that doesn't guarantee nothing. I could literally drop 30K on these banners and not get the character or the arc. That is 100% possible. And that's why I never save up for banners, because you can just get unlucky anyway. So I would rather just use whatever I have, you know, when the next banner comes. And if I get the character or the arc, then I get it. And if I don't, that's fine. That's part of the game. I have enough characters right now where I can be content. I have a lot of characters that I want, so I'm personally not even worried about it. So that's how I feel about it. I personally wouldn't have cared less if it was Roland or this guy. Doesn't even matter. And actually, one other thing that I forgot to bring up that's really important. They've added the a new thing, your dailies. This is really important. So when you complete your dailies, you can actually choose what you want between a rainbow crystal or 3 rainbow crystals, 50 regular, like, you know, gotcha crystals, or a gold piece. So I like this too. The things you have to do to complete your dailies is not crazy. It's super easy. You can get it done pretty quickly. No big deal. And once you do that on your daily, you get some cool things. Most people will probably do crystals. I personally am going to be doing rainbow crystals since that's like the rarest thing. I can always get regular crystals through leveling arcs and stuff, so I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see what happens. But I love the fact that they're doing the dailies now. This is one of the things that this game needed, because this is a normal standard, you know, gotcha game thing, is you're doing your dailies. And doing the dailies here is not time consuming. I promise you it shouldn't take you long. Okay, now I can get to the gotcha part, speaking of which. I'm not going to do a step up summon on video. I'm probably going to do that off screen, maybe like at the end of the week. But we are going to go ahead and talk about this guy. His name is Beyland. Even though he's not rolling, but people still say that he's really, really good. I actually have not looked at him or the arc yet, so this will actually be my very first look at him. So let's check him out. So I'm looking at his stats already. 1100 strength, that's ridiculous. I like that a lot. 1K defense, really, really strong. 966 mind, very strong. His stats alone are just amazing to look at. I like what I'm seeing. Like all of his stats are actually pretty good. Even his intelligence, which is the stat that would be his dump stat, is actually not bad. It's actually about average, which is not horrible. I mean, even his HP, 3800 is not terrible. Over 100 MP, like he's actually pretty decent. Just looking at his stats. But let's take a look and see what his abilities are. Oh, by the way, one thing I need to mention: if you look at the awakening part, if you notice that the first two look all rainbow-like, that basically means he's one of the characters that can go above and beyond. If you don't see the rainbows, that means that they have to stay at level 100 and that's it. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Or stay at Awaken 4, or whatever the case is. Alright, moving along. So let's see what he has. Okay, so looks like he does non-elemental damage. Yeah. Okay, so basically he's the new Randy, but like an older Randy, I guess if you will. Like if Randy had gray hair and been around for like 50 years or something. But okay, so that's pretty cool. I can dig that. Neutral attacks, nothing wrong with that. If he has like neutral high boost or whatever, that would just set him to be like boom. All right, let's see what else he has. So his traits: when attacked by a physical attack, a chance to automatically counterattack with ephemeral swordplay. I'm not sure what ephemeral swordplay is, but I'm assuming that basically he's going to counter and deal a ton of damage. And then his other trait is against large bosses, skills and specials does plus 35% damage. Nice. So basically, he's your boss slayer, is what it boils down to. Which is funny because when I reviewed Randy, I actually mentioned that Randy is someone that you might use against bosses. I think I said that about him. So it's cool that they actually did that to him and made it more obvious. So I like that. Let's check out his skills. Alright, so Beyland has Swordmaster Charisma. Unique to him, 0 MP costs, increase the damage limit for all allies. Oh, all allies. Oh, that's fantastic. Plus by 2,000. Only while unit is alive. So basically once he dies, you lose that buff. Does not stack with other charismas. Okay, that's fine. Silence contemplate. By the way, that first skill is fantastic. That's awesome. Anyway, moving along. So silent contemplation restores your own SCT for 10 seconds. Chanting time cannot be shortened. Okay, so he boosts his SCT. Your stance of Chrisman victory. Lots of unique stuff for him. Defense minus 20. Strength plus 20. SCT speeds up. Not stackable. Still decent though. He already has good defense already, so he's not worried about that. And if you're doing the whole crit, proud force, all that stuff, I don't think you're going to care about the loss of defense. Stance of Azure Demon. So when one of the unit's skills activates, consume HP plus 50% skill damage, not stackable, but interesting. And then Stance of Emerald Sky, so continuous regeneration effect on himself, defense and mind plus 10%. All right. So yeah, he has a lot. And by the way, all of these spells, with the exception of Silent Contemplation, are free. So that's very interesting. So basically, he starts off just buff, 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 and then he just destroys. Or you can just make him destroy. All right, moving along here. So he has attack up max, which I'm going to say is fair, because if they would have given him attack up 4, that probably would have not been fair, and he'd have been more broken than he already is. But yeah, so attack up max is fair, crit up 2, decent, aim vitals, oh yeah, that's pretty good. Illusions, alright for him. Diamond Blade, this is a new one. So unique to Beyland, Physical damage to stone, machine, and dragon types plus 30%. Nice. So he's kind of got the whole like Slayer, if you will. Now I'm not sure what the percentage is on killer and slayers, but that's basically what this is. It's either a killer or a slayer for stone, machine, and dragon types. The only difference is you can't use that special boost to make it better. At least I don't think so. I'll have to read the abilities to double check. Auto crit, fantastic. I love and auto. Oh my god. So he has auto crit and auto haste. That's ridiculous. That's just too good. You know how much auto haste costs? Which is why I'll never equip it. I think it's like 14. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Ardor, really good. And uh-oh, no attack critical raise. So hold on. Oh no, that's supposed to be no attribute critical raise. Oh wow. So no attribute attacks, critical rate plus 5%, critical strength plus 50%. So he does have the whole neutral thing going on. That's awesome. I like that. So you're going to be giving him all the crit boost, proud force, advanced AM vitals. You're going to have to use all of that with this guy. That's really, really good. Pose of Glory, Pose of Honor, and that's pretty good because with Pose of Honor, you're probably going to be equipping Sharp Eyes just to make his damage better, but you'll be able to constantly regenerate MP. So that's cool. So I'll take that. Ill of Glory, so at the battle end, get your SCT. He's got Piercing, he's got Holy Aura, which I think is an okay ability, but you would need dual wield for that to really be a big deal. Favored Sword. So when equipped with only one weapon, okay, so you're not dual wielding. So when equipped with only one weapon, physical attack damage 30%, physical attack damage limit plus 3k. That's ridiculous. And here's something really interesting because I didn't think these stack, but apparently they do. So he has sword boost and sword high boost. I always wondered if those two actually stack because I've learned that not everything in the game stacks, but apparently those boosts do. So that's awesome. Okay then. So that's gonna make me change some things with some of my other characters, but we won't talk about that right now. But yeah, sword boost and sword high boost, beautiful. Quick trigger recovers SCT. Okay, we've had this before, so this is a good ability. And enchants drive, which I don't think I've ever used on anyone, but boosts physical damage dealt to enemies that have faded or are in break. I think there's like accessories that do this, but I don't think I've ever actually equipped this ability to anyone before. But apparently he has it naturally, so okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, overall, this guy is really, really good. Like he's fantastic, 100% top tier. You're gonna use him in every mode, whether it's tower, arena, uh, adventure mode, whatever. Events, you're gonna be using him. He's really, if you get him, I should say. So yeah, if I was to pull this guy, I would be super excited. And I would probably stop pushing Diva, leveling her up, and just probably just work on him immediately. Like, he's really, really strong. Which is sad because I have a lot of good physical DPS characters, but I mean, when you keep giving me these characters, I'm going to use them. I mean, my mages, I feel sorry for them, but man, these physical people are just getting in there. So, yeah, fantastic character. I'm glad they released him, and we'll see if I get him. But before we check that out, see if I actually get him or not, let's take a look at the actual arc, Swordman's Tale. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned how whenever they release a character, they should have an arc attached to that character. I hope this is the same thing for him. The fact that it has Silver Gray Swordsman, I think is a pretty good hint that, you know, the item, the Ether reward is probably going to go straight to him. But let's take a look at the attributes first. So, physical damage boost proportionate to enemy size, max 40%. So basically, but yeah, this is definitely something you're going to give to Beyland as an arc, because when he gets those big bosses, which he already has abilities against it, this is going to make that damage even further, make it higher. Boost movement speed, which is good. Each wave, damage from first skill used plus 50%. That's actually interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's keep looking and see what the guy. I already see like a few things here, but let's just not get too excited. Ill of Glory, good. Fast Critical, good. Sword Boost, good. I didn't know it only costed 4 for Sword, but I thought it would have been higher, but that's pretty good. Advanced aim vitals, of course. Sorcerer Slayer. Best believe your boy Celios is 100% going to be learning that, along with a couple of others. Randy, oh yeah, it's going down. So I'm glad they got Sorcerer Slayer up in here. Actually, I think one of them already has it, but one of those is going to be getting it that doesn't have it. And then one thing that I am so happy to see right now: no attribute attack raise. That is fantastic. So some of the people that you're going to use that are not elemental based, which isn't really too many, but I'm glad that this is actually out there. So that's pretty cool. So now you can actually equip it. It's not just Randy exclusive. So there you have it. I like that. This is actually some good abilities, so I'll take it. And let's take a look at the arc reward. So what are we going to give Beyland? This is basically going to be his thing. Mithril Relief. Okay, well let's see what it does. 200 HP, 65 strength. So when you look at the stats, you're like, that's not a lot of strength. But let's see what the ability does, because that's what's going to matter. When a sword is equipped, boost movement speed, skill damage plus 10%. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm super impressed by this. I mean, this is a good item, right? I don't want to like sound like a downer, right? But I was actually expecting something a little well. Okay, so the fact that the strength is 65, it's actually okay because this is not a weapon. So knowing that this is an accessory and not a weapon, that actually does make this a lot better. So 65 strength, the 200 HP is but the ability is really good. So when you're using a sword, which you're going to use, you got more speed, and yeah, your skill damage is going to go up, which is what is the best way to deal damage, is skill damage. So it's still pretty good. I'm not as hype as I would have liked to have been, but it's still good. I'll say that's a good item. So all right, it's balancing. I guess I was expecting it to be as broke as the character, just to make the character more super broken, but I guess that wouldn't be fair. So that's fine. I'll live. That's okay. All right, so what you've all been waiting for, the gotcha pull. Let's see if I can actually get him, and let's not use the pay banner. Because the only pay banner stuff I do is the daily 100s, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I do the freebies. Oh, and I also do the step-up summons, because I actually like those. You usually get stuff for cheaper, so I always do step-ups. Shoutouts to Seven Nights, that was the first game I actually ever did step-up summons with. Alright, so let's get rid of that 3K and see what happens. Will your boy get the new character or the new arc? And honestly, I'd be happy with both. I don't think I'm going to get as lucky as the Celios thing, but I'm alright with that. And let's get that slash on. BAM! So is it going to turn red is the question. It's yellow. Oh, it's red. Oh, here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Will it happen? You got two chances. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That is your boy Beyland right there. I'm sorry, Diva. I'm going to have to put you on the back burner because your homie right here is getting some attention. Yes, yes, yes. By the way, I never do a multiple until I make a video. So I've literally been saving my multiple, which has only been for like 8 or 9 hours or more, just to do this. I'm happy to be able to share this with you guys. This is fan freaking tastic. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Huh, I just noticed something new here. What's this? So I just realized that this thing right here just did a little something. It just did like a, oh, okay, okay. So I didn't know about this, or maybe I just didn't read it properly. So this is actually good that it happened here, because I actually wasn't going to talk about this because I just forgot. So apparently, if you're pulling duplicates of your arcs, it actually raises its skill level. So that's actually interesting. Now I'm not sure if it happens with only certain arcs, like the whole character thing, how only certain characters get the new boost. So I'm wondering if only certain arcs get this too. And so that's cool. I wasn't actually going to go over this, but yeah, basically, if you use an arc skill, in this case, Centaur will do, it fully evades a certain number of physical attacks, more as level rises. So that's what that little skill does. I completely forgot about this. I haven't even used an arc skill yet. This is actually the first time I've even looked at it, so that's pretty cool. But the more exciting thing, though, is your boy right here getting in there. So, yes, in the future, I will be 100% pushing for this guy to go up. I still feel bad because my mages are just not getting any love these days because I keep getting these badass physical DPS guys. That's just how my luck is. I can't get Lily, but I'll get Beyland. And you know what? I'm not upset about that. I am 100% okay. The only thing that would have made this better is if I would have got the arc too, but you know what? I can always get the arc later. So, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I'm so happy about that. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the video. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate the fact that some of you actually take the time to check out my videos. I will continue to make videos as, you know, more content comes available. If anything random comes up that I want to talk about, I mean, I'll make another video probably in another week or so because it seems like we're getting new stuff every week. So yeah, there you have it. Also, don't forget to go to your fragments, or I'm sorry, go to the event and let's everybody make that quota together. So obviously we getting that quota, so that's awesome. So everybody just join forces, do your dailies here as well, so we can all get good rewards just like the last time. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like I do this for fun. I like to share, you know, my gaming experiences with other people. It's cool there's people out there who actually want to take time to watch this. So I just appreciate the fact that y'all watch, and that's pretty much all. Okay, until next time, y'all keep gaming. Take care, y'all. Later.